Okay, so we have this beef tenderloin here that we're going to be roasting today. We've tied it up. Now, one thing you might want to do is ask your butcher for a nice marbling piece, because that marbling inside there actually helps to be a little bit nice, a little bit more moist, and throughout the entire roast. So what we're going to do is we're just going to season this up simply, and what we have for seasoning is we're going to take a little bit of salt, and we're going to season this, you know, fairly well on the outside. We're also going to take a little bit of black pepper here. Now, if you prefer white pepper, you can certainly use white pepper. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to actually pan sear this first. So over here on my grill, just think of this as being a large pan. It's got a high temperature, a medium high to high temperature, and what we want to do is we want to brown the entire surface of the tenderloin. Now that we've browned the tenderloin all the way through, what we want to do is we're going to place this into an oven-proof dish or a roasting pan, and we're going to bake this at 350 degrees, approximately anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes to as much as 20-25 minutes. Now, to get a really true reading of doneness, I always like to use an instant read thermometer at you know, any time that I'm roasting. Perfect temperature that we have there for rare. Now, what I've done is I've placed it in the middle point of the tenderloin here, and I wanted to achieve about 125 to about 127 degrees in temperature for a nice rare, and that's what we've got. So I'm going to pull this out of the oven now. We are going to allow this to rest for 12 to 15 minutes. It's important to let it rest to allow those juices to reabsorb back into the muscle, so that way you don't have all that juice ending up all over the plate when you cut into it. While the tenderloin's resting, I'm going to give you a few tips on roasting a prime rib. Season it up the same way you would a tenderloin, and then at 450 degree oven to start with, place it in there 12 to 15 minutes until you get a nice browning. After that, turn down the temperature to 350 degrees and allow it to cook anywhere from an hour and a half to about an hour and 45 minutes. Now, ideally, I love using an instant read thermometer to check the doneness of it. And what I usually do is I place my thermometer roughly about 1.5 to 2 inches from the side of the rib there. And I'm going to place it almost just to the center of the prime rib. And once I've reached 125 to 127 degrees temperature, then I know that my prime rib is beautifully rare. And that's when I'm going to take this out and allow it to rest also like the tenderloin. So you can see that this tenderloin is beautifully pink in the center there and nicely cooked.